Goat is the hero we deserve, but not the one that we need. Because he's not our hero. No, we want one of the big content creators who piss and moan every time things don't go in their favor, but make six figures playing the game at the same time. Make sure to donate and subscribe. Give me a break, Batman. This isn't a superhero film. I felt like starting the video off with this tweet because it shows how passionate people are about Goat's video on the Wiggle. The Wiggle did not ruin Tarkov. We, the community, are ruining it. I can already see you guys typing in the comments. Please listen to this whole video before you get your pitchforks. You probably don't know me or care what I have to say, and this isn't the type of thing that I normally do. This is my opinion, and I encourage you to hear others' opinions, and look into things yourself rather than take others' words for it, including mine. It's healthy to have differing opinions, as long as we're receptive to hearing the other side when the facts change. If this didn't happen, we would still think the Earth was flat. I'm definitely willing to have some civil discussions about this, so just hear me out. I'm a software engineer, and I'm not even going to call myself a content creator. But when everyone's driven by crowdthink, I feel a responsibility to help people take a step back and see the larger picture. Let me ask you this question to start this out. Would you rather die to bad audio that causes you not to be able to track an enemy, peeker's advantage or netcode that causes you to die before you see the enemy, or someone with radar? The outcome for the three is the same in all those scenarios. You're dead. Everyone may answer this differently, but I would rather die to a cheater, as I know that they have an unfair advantage on me, rather than the game feeling like it's broken. So let's get into the video now. In no way do I intend to attack Goat personally with this. I think he's very clever to his content creation success. He touches key things for a viral video. Strong and complex emotional reactions, a good story, and the element of surprise. We all felt anger, helplessness, and an array of emotions after watching it. It was brilliant. But those emotions didn't stay in the context of the video. They spilled out everywhere, causing collateral damage everywhere within the player base on social media. So he did well for himself with this video, probably making tens of thousands of dollars. But take a step back. How did he make this? By being fed up with the game, by going into a Discord full of cheaters, by purchasing cheats from someone and supporting them, and then cheating himself.
Do you have green card?
No, just Violet.
He became one of the very people that he was looking to expose. They even thanked him for it publicly. Everyone has different levels of things they think are acceptable and different levels of morals. I won't tell you what yours should be, but this goes against mine. Now, if he really wanted to help the game, he could have gone to BSG and gotten consent to do this, and we'd be having a much different conversation right now. Banks actually do this. They hire teams to try to non-violently rob the bank by using social engineering, and people that do it get arrested. One of my colleagues actually did this for a living, and he was arrested many times, but they let him out because they were allowed to do it by the corporate branch, and he had a letter of consent.
Don't kill me, yeah?
So he picked up the cheats.
Okay.
He established rules, but there was no oversight of the process. No one knows if he didn't kill anyone. We don't get to see the stats of the banned account. There's no visibility into what he's doing. In fact, a majority of the video of him catching cheaters is in fact an interview. Why? Where's the 125 raids worth of footage? Did he even do 125 raids? I only saw a handful. Even by showing 75 people wiggle quickly would give me more confidence in his findings. Is there a spreadsheet breaking down how many cheaters he found in each raid, how he determined how they were cheating, and his confidence in that assessment? I don't doubt that there were cheaters that he found. But having one person manually determine the fact that someone's cheating or not is a recipe for disaster. Dill Hero getting banned by Trey's Discord, case in point. And that was likely multiple people who reviewed that clip. The point that I'm getting at here is that there wasn't a scientific method to the process. And the number 60% is completely subjective, but it's being stated all over the internet as fact. Even if that was not his intent, that is what everyone took away from the video, because he did not state that it was an estimation. So in summary, what do we know that Goat actually did? He found cheats, purchased them, then showed us what they look like, and a few examples of clearly identifying a cheater, and maybe a few suspect examples. Then he made it a video intended to get as many people watching it as possible. He could have done that in 5 to 10 minutes, but he really extended the length of it. Warning, this next part is my opinion, and everyone's entitled to their own. Fed up with the game, he cheated. He even admitted he didn't plan on coming back. So he made some scorched earth content. He was having a blast, laughing and trolling, and watching other legit players get killed. It seemed like his plan was to get a bunch of views, set fire to the community, and move on to his next project. Back to facts. He said that he discovered the wiggle, but it's been known for a long time through the various cheater interviews. Here's a clip from around a year ago when I had to survive labs 17 times for a weekly quest.
I heard on one of the hacker interviews that if you throw your gun down and you wiggle, that makes them go away.
The outcome of the video gaining so much popularity is now cheaters will actually refrain from wiggling. The only way of catching cheaters that he wanted to contribute is now useless for anyone undercover at BSG. He also forced BSG to do a bunch of damage control for an issue that isn't directly related to their code. As a developer myself, I'll briefly speak about the development process in general. The developers at BSG are likely divided into small squads, in charge of a particular aspect of the game. They have a large list of items categorized into different feature buckets. These gigantic lists are prioritized every 1 to 2 weeks to meet release goals, and developers will pick up a new set of list items that they think that they can accomplish within the next cycle. As you all know, we have a tremendous amount of audio, netcode issues, as well as other quality of life things planned, and things to stop. The developer's sole job is mainly to take these small tasks and then just complete them, while the team leads will coordinate with product to make sure everything comes together into a good package release. So if you want to blame anyone, blame product, which Nikita probably has the final say for. By starting the community and getting everyone up in arms like this, it forces them to reprioritize everything that they were working on and waste all the planning work that they had done over the past couple weeks. The productivity of the teams will go down with this sudden shift in priorities. It will delay bugs, audio fixes, arena, netcode improvements, and everything else that they were working on. And for all we know, including a long-term solution to cheaters. They have to stop to figure out the easiest thing that they can do for the community to get them to stop complaining, which are likely going to be band-aid fixes that won't last. The outroar from the community likely caused a minimum of a 2-week delay for things that they wanted to do, but more likely a month. We probably won't have binaural audio working on all maps the way that we want until at least next wipe now. So the outcome of the video is we saw how cheats work, we got some statistics if you want to call them that. There were 0 fly hackers, 0 invincible people, but does his cheats pick up on them? He mentioned that they were pretty cheap. We had very few aimbots or rage hackers. Again, how can he tell? Obvious cheaters in 60% of the raids. That's a perfect round number at 75. I don't trust this at all. I don't trust cheaters. He didn't release any spreadsheets with any concrete information, so that 60% number? It's just a guess. But that disclaimer was never specified in the video. He said that the IRL time of day matters, but what's the breakdown here? The more people in a lobby, the more likely you are to encounter a cheater? That's pretty obvious. Why does he claim that this number has to be higher than 60%? Also, what servers did he play on, and what time were the raids in Escape from Tarkov time? Were they night or day? There are no statistics to back this claim up. It's absurd that people are using these stats at face value. We know that there are cheaters, but anyone can make up a number about what the actual stats are. If the video intended to reduce the amount of cheaters instead of just bring awareness to it, it would have done the following. Tell the community not to do this. I don't recall this ever being in the video. Sometimes we're like sheep, and if someone that we respect tells us not to do something, we'll do it. I would have also embellished how hard it was to get the actual cheats, showed how quickly I was banned, and showed the financial cost for using them, and how much money was wasted in a short amount of time. And finally, I would have given some statement about how cheating can be really addictive, because when you enjoy doing something, your brain will release chemicals and make you want to have that feeling again. And most of all, I would have given BSG some credit. They do ban people. They just didn't give specifics before this. The people who work there are people too, and if the only time they ever hear from the community is when they have pitchforks demanding something be done right now, then that's going to really drive down morale, and they're not going to get as many things done. When we critique, we have to give constructive criticism. In conclusion, development has a fixed pace, and when it's interrupted by urgent bugs or features, or by the community, it drastically slows things down.
Gun dance thing.
Being a developer is hard. We bought a beta for a game. When BSG wants feedback, they will ask. If anyone is at fault, it's product and not the devs. We need to be realistic in what we ask for them. Rome was not built in a day, so things take time. We need to be realistic in our expectations and think about what we're sacrificing when we demand changes right now. If we aren't happy with the current state of Tarkov, we should just play a different game. Your job is not to tell them how to develop the game. Feedback is helpful, but constructive feedback. So let's take a deep breath, relax, choose our battles carefully, and make sure that we can win them first. And let BSG develop the game a little bit more. If people actually stop playing the game, I'm sure that BSG would reach out asking for more engagement. I may be a developer simp, but I'm a developer, so I know how tolling it is. Imagine if when you logged onto social media, all you saw were hundreds of thousands of people personally attacking you for your work. We are a passionate player base. Let's be passionate about giving BSG the time they need to improve the game. We all want the same thing, except for the cheaters, so let's band together, not fall apart. So cheers guys, smash the like out of that shit button, and report anyone cheating in game.
Jesus.
Peace out.